Yeah. But Silver lets him, Jim lets him go.
Right.
And Kermit, or we're gonna call him Kermit the Captain, or Smollett, says, I'm proud of you for letting him go. You did something brave. And then, I can't remember if they sell off and he comes back.
No. So then we hear from Sam that was one.
That was
one rowboat that
had holes in it. Right.
Right.
And then so we meet. So the next morning, I'm guessing.
Right. He's like bailing
water. He's bailing water, and he ends up sinking. The boat sinks, and that's the end of Tim Curry as Long John Silver.
And the movie, and then I think it just ends with the treasure sinking, and then you see some of the rats snorkeling, like in scuba diving gear.
So that was the end of Muppet Treasure Island. Jay, what was your thoughts on it? Watching it then versus now, or now that you've kind of watched it earlier. I still think it's still. It works on a level where it's for kids, but it has a charm to it.
Yeah. I mean, this is another one where I can't tell if it's just the nostalgia factor. It's this sort of I loved it then, I love it now.
No, and you can't really.
I'd watch it again.
Yeah, you watch it again, and it works. I mean, and so I liked about it was just sort of, it was so. You could tell everybody was having fun doing it.
Right.
You could tell that. There's not as much drama. There's not There's not much of this sense of, I think Jim's character, it's more of that. My father was, more of the father kind of, he knew about his father kind of thing.
Right.
But it wasn't this sense of, like, kind of in the same way as in Pirates of the Caribbean, where, he says, my father was a good man, but he's like, and Jack Sparrow says, he was a bloody scalawag, he was a pirate, kind of thing.
Right.
But I feel like this one dealt with him more dealt with his story a little bit easier.
Right.
But I give it, as a Muppet movie, I think it's my second favorite one, because I think the Christmas Carol one is still my favorite.
I think this might be my favorite.
This is your favorite one? Okay. Yeah. Even better than Muppet in Space.
I think this is my favorite Muppet movie.
Yeah. I like it, and I can kind of see, when we started doing this, I think you looked like you were gung ho about, right. Really gung ho. I give it a 9 out of 10.
I'd give it a 9 too.
I feel like the only problem I probably would have is I felt like the pacing was a little bit fast, but that probably, I think, is because it's still for kids. It's still a kids movie.
Right.
So the pacing doesn't really, it, has sort of a 3-act structure. Right. But yeah, that was our talk on Muppet's Treasure Island. Come back later for we're doing another Treasure Island, Treasure Planet. So have a good one, and bye. Signing off.